ministry. That we believe in the Assemblies of God in the ministry. And that is simply, you are called to tell people about God. Okay, make disciples. I'm going to read a few verses and then we'll kind of move along, okay? 2 Corinthians 5:18. And all of this is a gift from God who brought us back to himself through Christ, and God has given us the task of reconciling people to him. That's our job. Matthew 28:19 through 20. Therefore, go and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you, and be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. That's Jesus talking. So let me just put this all, I'm gonna put them all together. You ready? If our goal is to be just like Jesus, and Jesus is one of his greatest commandments to us is in Matthew 28 right here. It says, go and make disciples of the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you, and be sure of this, I am with you to the end of the age. Was he talking to a group of pastors? No. Let me be clear. No. Was he talking to a group of other rabbi? No. Was he talking to a group of priests? No. Was he talking to just church leaders? No. Who was he talking to? His disciples. Raise your hand if you're a disciple of Jesus. If you are a disciple of Jesus, you cannot want to be like Jesus and not do what he told us to do. Our number one job here on this earth is to make disciples. Let me rephrase that. Greatest commandment of all is to love God, right? Then love people, and then go and make disciples. Go love people and make disciples are hand in hand. You can't get one without the other. I would say you can't truly love people if you don't love God. So they all layer on each other, all right? That's why our main mission is love God, love people, make Jesus known. That's what we're about as a church. We've got to realize it is not the pastor's job to save people. It is your job to share the gospel and to make disciples. And the Holy Spirit will save people. That's the healthy model. That's the way it's supposed to be. But our lives get jumbled up. And so I'm going to end right now with an illustration that I think will help tie all of these things together for us. I need 2 volunteers, and I will call you. Logan, bro, I got you, man. Logan, they thought they got away. They went to North Carolina, and now they're back right here this week visiting. Thank you for being here. We love having you. Thank you for, it's really a blessing when friends come home to visit. So I'm going to give you one end, and I need another volunteer. Nehemiah, since you didn't want to be on stage, I got you, bro. I'm trying to think which way I want to go. I want to go this way, so I got to unwrap this. I made the mistake of I'm bad with ropes. I took the kids fishing the other day, and I learned new rope tying, and I fail. Okay, take that in. Okay, all the way to the very end. And if you can take that in, and go ahead and pull that nice and tight. Pull it nice and tight, all right? Get to the very end. All right, so I want to walk through a little bit of this for you guys. It's just a little timeline. This is your life, okay? This is your life timeline. This is based on about 80 years, all right? Some of you will live a lot longer. Unfortunately, some of us may not be as long. And the reality is Jesus could come right here at this point in your life. I don't know. Jesus might come back before we get to the 80 years, but let's just say we all live to 80 years. In 80 years of our lives, we allocate time to certain things. And I want to talk about that time a little bit for a moment. So I'm going to come over here, and we're going to start at the beginning of your life. You're born, Logan and Lauren, they have a baby coming. Congratulations. So the baby's born right here. Look, for this much of your life, you can't do much, right? About 5 years-ish of your life, you can't do much, right? You're like learning how to walk, learning how to talk, learning how to eat by yourself, right? Like it's just, you're not doing a lot, it's what it is. So it's the first couple years of your life. And then look, we did the math. I'm gonna pull it up. Actually, I've got this all broken down. And look, this is on average. Please don't come to me. Don't send me an email saying, well, I don't sleep that much. Don't do that. All right. This is just an average, but it'll help us with the concept. So look, from right here, when you're kind of old enough to start thinking and making decisions on your own, to about right here, we've added all that together and we've made that how this is how much you sleep. This is how much you sleep your whole life. Can you believe that? Roughly 26 years of your life, if you live to be 80, if you sleep 8 hours a day, or 8 hours, sleeping, which is the recommended amount, by the way, then 26 years of your life is gone, just sleeping. Just sleeping. It does make you want to say, God, help me dream dreams like for you, right? Like it does kind of say, okay, but let's just go on. So then, and look, again, some of this might be a little off, but then you have education in your life. And I'm talking about throughout your entire life. At some point, you're learning something at different times. Maybe you got a new job, they do a training for you. You had all your years of elementary school, middle school, high school, graduates. You guys are like, yeah, thank goodness I'm done with school. Then you go back to school to get a master's, right? And then you go to, so you think school's over. No, you're about to go learn a bunch of stuff in the Navy. And it's gonna be like, not easy. And it will be, and it won't be. All right, but so here you go. Approximately, we figured about 6 years is going into, actually, I did this a little wrong. The 6 years is actually right here, sorry. This is work right here. You spend this much time working your whole life, and so we've got that down. Approximately 14 years of your life is just working. And look, that's taking in consideration those times when you're on break and you're not working, right? Like that actually would keep going if it was actually, but about 14 hours you are actively working. Now, some of you are all lazy and maybe it's a little less, all right? But I'm being real, okay? But on average, about 15 years. And then we had the schooling, which was about 6 years, and then I'm a little off, so these things got mixed up a little bit earlier, but it will get there. And then you've got eating and drinking. You are approximately drinking and eating food for almost 4 years of your life. If you add up all the meals you sit and eat, can you believe that? 4 years of your life just not talking because you got food in it, right? So that puts us about here. Personal hygiene. Y'all like to take care of yourself, right? Roughly 2 years of your life, again, this should be right here. About 2 years of your life is brushing your teeth and taking a shower and doing what you need to do. 2 years of your life, you clean yourself. Now, some of y'all, all right. Some of y'all, it's a lot more. And some of y'all, it's a lot less, all right? These things, I don't even know what happened. They all got messed up. But I got one little thing here. You know what this is? This little, right here? Commuting. You're just sitting in a car, driving from one place to the other. Over a year of your life, just in a car. And now we start getting to other little things, like how much you watch TV, how much you're online, all right? How much you're just doing other leisure activities where you're just doing things for you, right? All of that's just for you. Watch TV, you're on social media. And let me just tell you, if you're under the age of 28, this is probably actually your social media. This it's a lot longer, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is by the time you get here, there's really not a whole lot left of your life. You're spending so much on so many other things. And you can make an impact when you're at work or at school. Like there's those opportunities, but the reality is if you're working hard, if you're learning hard, you're not gonna have as much time for those things. But But the truth is we have this much. I think I can take it from here. All right, so you can set that down and you guys can give it up for those guys. All right. So I'm ending right now, but this is about, and my numbers were my stickers were a little off. So let's just say this is what's left of your life. All right. A lot of people, they'd say, well, this is my retirement. This is where I get to relax and do nothing. I worked that long for this till I can enjoy it. Look, here's the deal. What's left, at the very least, it should be devoted to God. Originally, I put church attendance in this. I think it was one of these. Here's what I want to show you. Let's just pretend that this rope goes on and on, all around the room, several times, out the door, and then down the street. It's just the longest rope you could ever imagine. This is your life here on earth. And we live our whole lives. And how we live our life will determine everything else in our future in eternity. And some of us are living everything here, from here to here, just to make this little window as pleasurable as possible, as easy as we can. Like we live our lives so that this is easy, right there. When in reality, we ought to live our lives with this in mind, with eternity in mind. And here's the deal. There's no money you can take with you to eternity, right? There's no car, there's no house, there's nothing you can take with you. This is why we say the ministry is so important. Sanctification and ministry are so important, because the only thing, really two things I'll say, that you can take with you. Number one, your testimony of who you are with Jesus, your relationship with him. You take that with you. And you take with you all of the people who you discipled and told about Jesus that accepted Christ and now can walk into eternity with you. And you know what? There's two, I'm done with this. There's two judgment seats in heaven. I don't think the church has done a great job of teaching this, but read it. There's two judgment seats. The first one is the judgment of God, whether or not somebody is accepted into heaven or not. And the only way is through the blood of Christ and a relationship with him. But everybody who's accepted Christ in this room, you actually don't sit at that judgment seat. You are automatically detoured to the next judgment seat. You made it into heaven. Paul writes, says, some of you will make it to heaven and it's like you're smoldering, like you just got in. The second judgment seat of Christ is where he judges you. Not for what you've done wrong. By the way, not for what you've done wrong. You will not be judged for what you did wrong because you accepted Christ. He already paid that cost, right? He paid for that. You will be judged on what you did for Jesus, helping people get into the kingdom. And that will determine your reward in heaven. So you've got this to determine what this looks like. By the way, I'm not telling you that because I'm trying to scare you into doing good things for God. I'm not trying to say only do good things for God so you get a better reward in heaven. I'm not. I'm telling you the best life you can live is when you're living a life that God designed for you and lives are being changed around you. Anybody have somebody in their life and they've told about Jesus? They've told them about God and they've seen them come to the Lord and their lives be changed. How many of you are sitting in this room because somebody invested in you, told you about Jesus, and your life was different and changed. The rest of your life was different because of it. Is there